Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Belief in Law. So today we are going to deal with the PYQs of Bihar Judicial Service Examination 2019. So let's begin the lecture. So question number first is, who proposed the preamble before the drafting committee? So here option number A is correct, that is Jawaharlal Nehru. Now come to question number second, that is when the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly held. So here option number B is correct, that is 9 December. Now come to question number third. The task of making the constitution was over on. So here the correct option is option number A, that is 26 November 1949. Now come to the question number 4, that is the concept of fundamental right was borrowed from the. So here option number B is correct, US Constitution. Now come to question number 5. What is the aim of DPSP in the Constitution? So here option number A is correct, to establish a welfare state. Now come to question number 6, that is which committee is related to Panchayati Raj institution. So here option number B is correct, that is Balwant Rai Mehta committee. Now come to the next question, that is question number 7. Which constitutional amendment is known as mini constitution? So here option number B is correct, that is 42nd constitutional amendment. Now come to question number 8, that is who had serving as the India's 12th president. So here option number C is correct, that is Pratibha Patil. Now come to question number 9, that is who appoints the Advocate General of the state. So here option number C is correct, that Governor appoint. Now come to question number 10. The post of Deputy Prime Minister is. So here option number B is correct, that is non-constitutional. Now question number 11, that is which part of the Constitution of India deals with the finance, property, contract and suits. So here option number A is correct, that is part 12. Now come to question number 12, that is which article of the Indian Constitution talk about the audit of accounts of the cooperative societies. So here option number D is correct, that is article 243 ZM. Now come to question number 13, that is article 279 of Indian Constitution defines. So here option number B is correct, calculation of net proceeds. Now come to question number 14, that is in which of the following cases Justice Hidayatullah held that the preamble is the very soul of the Constitution, eternal and unalterable. So here option number B is correct, that is Golaknath case. Now come to question number 15, that is who among the following has said that the preamble is an epitome of basic feature of the Constitution. So here option number C is correct, that is Justice Mudholkar. Now come to question number 16, that is the concept of equal protection of laws enshrined under Article 14 of the Indian Constitution finds its root from the. So the correct option is option number B, that is American Constitution. Now come to question number 17, that is in which of the following cases the Supreme Court held that the equality clause cannot be applied to legitimize an illegal action. So here option number C is correct, that is Ekta Shakti Foundation versus Government of NCT of Delhi. Now come to question number 18, that is promotion of international peace and security comes under the purview of which article of Indian Constitution. So here option number C is correct. Article 51. Now come to question number 19. As per the Article 77 of Indian Constitution, all executive action of the Government of India shall be expressed to be taken in the name of the. So here option number C, President. Now come to question number 20. That is, the Supreme Court of India declared with which constitutional amendment as unconstitutional. So here that is C, 99th Amendment. Now come to question number 21, that is, what is the minimum number of the judges who are to sit for the purpose of deciding any case involving substantial question of law as to interpretation of the Constitution? So here option number B will be the correct, that is 5 judges bench. Now come to question number 22, that is, the Controller and Auditor General of India shall submit his report relating to the accounts of the Union to the. So here option number C is correct, that is President. Now come to question number 23, that is, which one among the following has exclusive power to expend all India services? So here option number C will be the correct, that is the Rajya Sabha only. Now come to question number 24, that is, according to the Indian Constitution, which one of the following is the language of the Union? So here option number B will be the correct, that is Hindi in Devanagari script. Now come to question number 25, that is, which article of Indian Constitution saves the judgment of the Privy Council? So here option number D will be the correct answer, that is article 395. Now come to question number 26, that is, who was the chairman of the first commission on review of the Indian Constitution? So here option number A will be the correct, Justice Venkat Chalaiya. Now come to question number 27, that is, which one of the following writs is also known as judicial remedy? So here option number B will be the correct answer, that is mandamus. Now come to question number 28, that is, every proclamation issued under Article 352 shall be. So here option number A will be the correct, laid before each house of the parliament. Now come to question number 29, that is, the Finance Commission consists of. So here option number C will be the correct, a chairman and 4 members. Now come to question number 30, that is, the composition of the UPSC. So here option number C will be the correct, is determined by the President. Now come to question number 31, that is, Article 340 of the Indian Constitution deals with the. So here option number A is the correct, Backward Classes Commission. Now question number 32, according to which article of the Constitution of India the term district judge shall not include the tribunal judge? So here option number C is the correct, Article 236A. Now question number 33, that is, mainly on whose advice the President's rule is imposed in a state? So here option number B, that is governor. Now come to question number 34, that is, in which article the doctrine of due process of law is included? So here option number C is the correct, that is Article 21. Now come to question number 35, that is, The doctrine of separation of powers was systematically formulated by. So here option number B is correct, that is Montesquieu. Now come to question number 36, that is the rule of law means. So here option number D will be the correct, that is 2 and 3. Now come to question number 37, that is match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the code given below. So here option number A will be the correct. Now come to question number 38, that is which one of the following statement is true. So here option number B will be the correct, that is delegated legislation can have retrospective effect if the authorized by act or statute. Now question number 39, that is the application of doctrine of vicarious liability in crimes seems to have been actuated by a necessity rather than desirability. The justification is based on which of the following. So here option number A will be the correct, that is public policy. Now come to question number 40, that is administrative law is the law concerning the powers and procedure of the administrative agencies, including especially the law governing judicial review of the administrative action. This definition of administrative law is given by, so option number C will be the correct, that is K.C. Davish. Now come to question number 41, that is the author of Dai Bhag was. So here option number B is the correct, that is Zimut Vahan. Now come to question number 42, that is under which section of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 a Hindu marriage may be declared as void. So here option number C is the correct, that is section 11. Now come to question number 43, that is section number 16 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 doesn't confer status of legitimacy to children born. So here option number D is correct, without marriage. Now come to question number 44, that is under the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956, a child to be adopted should not have, in the absence of a valid custom, completed the age of. So here option number D is the correct, that is 15 years. Now come to question number 45, that is after the Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005, the Mitakshara Hindu coparcenary doesn't include whom as its member. So here option number D is the correct, that is daughter-in-law. Now come to question number 46, that is a Hindu male is survived by an adopted son and after born a natural son and his married daughter, his self-acquired property shall devolve upon. So here option number A is the correct, all the three equally. Now come to the next question, that is 47. A Hindu female is survived by a stepson, a married daughter and an illegitimate son. Her property shall devolve upon. So here option number D is the correct. So that is her daughter and her illegitimate son. Now question number 48. On partition of a Hindu co-personary property, the person not entitled for a share is. So here option number C is the correct. An illegitimate son. Question number 49. Stridhan doesn't include. So option number A is the correct. Now come to question number 50, that is the legal position of a Hindu idol is of A. So here option number D is the correct. Hindu minor. Now come to the next question, that is 51. Among the sources of Muslim law, the foremost is. So here D option is the correct, that is Quran. Now question number 52. The Sunni law doesn't recognize. So option number B is correct. Muta, temporary marriage. Now come to question number 53. That is a Muslim marriage without dower is. So option number A is valid. Question number 54. A gift in favor of an unborn child is. So option number D, that is void. Now come to question number 55. A bequest may be made to a child in the womb provided it is born from the date of the will within. So option number A is correct, that is 6 months. Now come to question number 56, that is a waqf cannot be created for. So here option number B will be the correct, construction of a church. Now come to question number 57, that is the difference of ages between the acknowledger and the acknowledgee child must be at least. So here option number 57 D is the correct. Now come to question number 58, that is the custody of a minor wife shall be with her. So option number A is correct, husband. Now come to question number 59. An illegitimate Shia Mohammedan dies in a state his property will be inherited by. So option number D is the correct, none of them. Now come to question number 60, that is a Shia Muslim already having 4 wives has contracted a 5th marriage. The 5th marriage is option number C, that will be the void. Now come to question number 61, that is match list first with list second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. So here option number A will be the correct. Now come to question number 62, that is the provision regarding the doctrine of substituted security is contained under which of the following section of the Transfer of Property Act. So here option number C, that is section 73. Now come to the question number 63, that is consider the following statement regarding the distinction between lease and license. So here option number D will be the correct. Now come to question number 64, that is writing and registration are not required in which of the following mortgages. So here option number B is the correct, mortgage by deposit of title deeds. Now come to question number 65, that is which of the following does not constitute exception to the rule against perpetuity. So here option number A is the correct. A fund is bequeathed to next 7 generation. Now come to question number 66, that is the literary meaning of lis pendens is. So here option number B is the correct. A suit under consideration of any court of law. Now come to question number 67, that is which one of the following sections of the Transfer of Property Act provides for the competency to transfer any immovable property? So here option number D is correct, section 7. Now come to question number 68, that is under which section of the Transfer of Property Act there is restriction for accumulation of property beyond a certain period? So here section number 17, means option number A will be the correct. Now question number 69, the principle of marshalling and contribution is a principle under the law of the Transfer of Property Act which relate to the matter of. So here option number C, that is security. Now question number 70, where a gift is made of a property which is not in existence, which one of the following sections of the Transfer of Property Act declares it void? So option number A is correct, section 124. Now come to the question number 71, the primary source of equity is. So here option number B, that is conscience. Now come to the question number 72, that is the statutory recognition of the principle of equity is not found in the. So here option number D is correct, that is Indian Succession Act 1925. Now come to question number 73, that is equity has threefold: jurisdiction, exclusive, concurrent and auxiliary. This is said by. So here option number B is correct, story. Now come to question number 74, that is English rule of equity. So here option number A will be the correct, have been substantially incorporated by the Indian legislature. Now come to question number 75, that is a trust is extinguished in which of the following condition? So here D option will be the correct, all of the above. Now come to question number 76, that is breach of trust has been defined under which section of Indian Trust Act 1882? So here option number B is correct, that is section 3. Now come to question number 77, that is who among the following cannot create a trust? So here option number B is correct, a minor. Now come to question number 78, that is recovery of specific immovable property may be made under section 5 of the Specific Relief Act according to the. So here option number A is the correct, law of the Code of Civil Procedure. Now come to question number 79, that is the general principle on which the perpetual injunction could be granted is contained in. So here C is the correct, section 38. Now come to question number 80, that is the relief by the way of mandatory injunction is. So A is the correct, that is discretionary. Now come to question number 81. Contract without consideration will be. So option number B is correct, void. Now come to question number 82. The age of majority for the contract is. So option A is correct, 18 years. Now come to question number 83, that is A gives an offer to give ₹1,000 to whoever finds his lost dog. This is. So option number B is correct, a general offer. Now come to question number 84, that is when the damages cannot be assessed, the party may be awarded by the court. So option number D is correct, nominal damages. Now come to question number 85. Non its factum means. So here option number A will be the correct, document executed in ignorance. Now come to question number 86. A contract is not frustrated by. So option number A is correct, commercial impossibility. Now come to question number 87. An agreement which is enforceable by law at the option of one or more of the parties thereto, but not at the option of other thereto. So here option number C will be the correct, is a voidable contract. Now come to question number 88, that is which one of the following is a case on promissory estoppel. So option number C will be the correct, both A and B. Now come to question number 89, which one of the following statement is correct? The communication of an acceptance is complete as against the acceptor. So here option number B will be the correct, that is when it comes to the knowledge of the proposer. Now come to question number 90, that is which one of the following is not correctly matched. So here option number D will be the correct. Now come to question number 91, that is the Indian Contract Amendment Act 1997 has amended. So here option number C will be the correct, section 28 of the Indian Contract Act. Now come to question number 92, that is the change of the nature of the obligation in a contract is known as. So option number B is the correct, novation. Now question number 93, under section 68 of the Indian Contract Act. So option number B is the correct, only minor's property is liable. Now question number 94, that is continuing guarantee has been defined under. So option number B is the correct, section 129 of the Contract Act. Now come to question number 95, that is an agreement of wager is. So option number C is correct, void. Now come to question number 96, the propounder of pigeonhole theory of tort is. So here B is the correct option, summoned. Now come to question number 97, res ipsa loquitur is related to. So option number A is correct, rule of evidence. Now question number 98, the rule of strict liability was propounded by. So here option number A is correct, Justice Blackburn. Now come to question number 99, qui facit per elam facit per se means. So option number C is correct, vicarious liability. Now come to question number 100, who divided wrongs as private wrongs and public wrongs. So option number D is correct, Blackstone. Now come to 101. Which one of the following is not a valid defense in tort? So option number C is correct, scienti non fit injuria. Now come to question number 102, that is the maxim damnum sine injuria means. So here option number A is the correct, damage without infringement of legal right. Now come to question 103, that is the duty under the law of tort is. So option number B is the correct, towards the word at large. Now come to question number 104. The principle of ubi jus ibi remedium was recognized in. So option number A is correct, Asbury versus White. Now come to question number 105, that is the liability of independent tortfeasors is. So option number B is correct, several only. Now question number 106. The rule of absolute liability implies. So option number C is correct, stricter than strict liability. Now come to question number 107. To succeed in an action for the tort of negligence, what is required to be proved? So option number C is correct, breach of duty owed to the plaintiff. Now come to question number 108. No action lies for defamation is defamatory matter is written. So option number D is correct, in a letter but not posted and kept in own custody. Now come to question 109, that is which one of the following is a defense to the tort of nuisance? So option number C is correct, both A and B. Now come to question 110. The rule de minimis non curat lex means that. So option B is correct. Now come to question number 111, that is what does the term future goods means under section 2 clause 6 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930. So option number D is correct, goods which are not in existence. Now come to question 112, that is answer as to which point of the following is not correct in making distinction between sale and agreement to sell. So here option number B is correct, that is a sale creates a jus in personam, whereas an agreement to sell creates a jus in rem. Now come to question number 113, that is the term caveat emptor means. So here C is correct, let the buyer be aware. So question number 114, that is next. In the following statement, which one is incorrect when the sale is made by an auctioneer of goods and the issue is to pass a good title to the buyer? So option number B will be the correct. The sale is made by him when acting in the ordinary course as an owner of the goods. Now come to question number 115, that is a seller delivers to the buyer a larger quantity of goods than what was ordered. Which of the following is incorrect? So option number D, that is the buyer can retain the whole goods but make payment only for the goods ordered. Now come to question number 116, that is, which one of the following statements is not correct for the promissory note? So option number B is the correct. It contains a conditional undertaking signed by the maker. Now come to question number 117. Though a check resembles a bill of exchange in many respects, but it is also a different instrument in other respects. Point out which one of the following statements regarding difference between check and bill of exchange is incorrect. So correct option is option number D. That is, a check is dishonored by non-acceptance, but this is not so in case of bill of exchange. So now come to question number 118. Which one of the following condition is not compatible with essential elements of holder in due course? So here option number B is the correct. That is, he must have obtained the instrument on the date of its maturity positively. Now come to question number 119, that is, point out which one of the following statements is not correct regarding assignment and negotiation of instrument. So here the correct option is option number B. That is, the assignee is not liable for any defect in the title of his assigner, but a holder in due course of a negotiable instrument is liable for the defects in the title of the previous transferors. Now come to question number 120. That is, point out in which of the following circumstances a banker is not justified in refusing the payment of a check. So here option number D will be the correct option. Now come to question number 121, that is, the doctrine of indoor management has occupied vital place in a company's functioning, but a number of decisions have made it subject to several exceptions. Point out which of the following is not an exception to the doctrine. So here the correct option will be option number C. That is, where authority has claimed of delegated power beyond the article of association. Now come to question number 122, that is, which of the following is a correct statement giving true relationship between articles of association and memorandum of association of a company? So here the correct option will be option number B. That is, the articles of association are subordinate to the memorandum of association, and in case of any inconsistency, the articles must give way to the memorandum. Now come to question number 123, that is, when a company gets involved in an ultra-virus transaction, there are several remedies available against it. Point out which one of the following is not a correct statement. So here option number A is not correct statement. That is, any director can get an injunction to restrain the company from proceeding with it. Now come to question number 124, that is, the Companies Act 2013 has provided limits on minimum or maximum number of directors. Which one of the following statement is not correct? So here That is option D. Now come to question number 105, that is, in case of operation and mismanagement in a company, an application may be made to the National Company Law Tribunal under the Companies Act 2013. Point out which one of the statement below is not correct in case of company having share capital. So here option number B will be the correct. That is, any single member holding not less than 1/15 of the issued share capital of the company may make application. Now come to question number 126, that is, find out the correct answer from the following statements for partnership. So here option number D will be the correct. That is, the agreement must necessarily provide for sharing of profits as well as loss of businesses. Now come to question number 127, that is, which one of the following statements is not correct for a dormant partner. So here option number B is, that is, a dormant partner is not liable for the firm's liability to outsiders. Now come to question number 128, that is, out of the following statements, point out which one is not correct regarding implied authority of the partner to act as agent of the firm. So here option number D will be the correct. That is, he has right to acquire immovable property on behalf of the firm. Now come to question number 129, that is, which one of the following statements is correct for a minor who has been admitted to the benefit of the partnership. So here option number A is correct. A creditor of the firm sues against the minor's share in the firm of his credit. Now come to the next question, that is question number 130. A partner wants to dissolve the partnership firm before the agreed time. Select which one of the following is not a perfect ground for dissolution of the firm for such partner. So here the correct option will be option number D. That is, the partner suing in adulterous relationship with the wife of another partner which is apprehensive to affect the business of the firm. Now come to question number 131, that is, the mode of proof of a custom is contained in. So here option number D is correct, all of the above. Now come to question number 132, that is, the case of Pakala Narayan Swamy versus Emperor pertains to. So here option number B is correct, dying declaration. Now come to question number 133, the doctrine of estoppel is a. So option number B is correct, rule of equity. Now come to question number 134, that is, presumption as to abatement of suicide by a married woman has been provided in. So option number B is correct. Section 113A of Indian Evidence Act. Now come to question number 135. Zahira Sheikh was the prime witness in. So option number B is correct. Now come to question number 136. Sweeping change introduced by the Civil Procedure Code Amendment Act 2002 is with the object to. So option number C is correct. Cut short delay in disposal of suit. Now come to question number 137. The rule of Damdupat is. So here option number B is correct, a rule relating to interest. Now come to question number 138, that is, a commission to make local investigation can be issued under. So here option number C is correct. Now come to question number 139. The ground for review have been provided under. So here option number A is correct. Now come to question number 140. A caveat shall not remain in force after the expiry of. So option number C is correct, 90 days. Now come to question number 141. The classification of compoundable and non-compoundable offences has been provided under. So here option number C is correct. Section 320 of CRPC. Now come to question number 142. A confession under section 164 of CRPC can be recorded by the. Option number A is correct, metropolitan or judicial magistrate. Now come to question number 143. Under section 167 of CRPC, for offences other than those punishable with death, imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for a period not less than 10 years, the detention during investigation can be authorized for a total period of. So here option number C will be the correct, 60 days. Now come to question number 144, where the husband has obtained a decree of divorce against the wife on the ground of desertion under section 125. So here option number A is the correct. Now come to question number 145. The section dealing with the medical examination of the victim of rape as inserted by the Code of Criminal Procedure Amendment Act 2005 is. So here option number A is correct, section 164A. Now come to question number 146, that is the arbitrator in case of the international commercial arbitration is appointed by. So here D is the correct, both A and C. Now come to question number 147. An application for setting aside an arbitral award must be made by the party after receiving the award within. So option number A is correct, 3 months. Now come to question number 148. The provision for the appointment of the conciliator is laid down under. So option number A is correct, section 64. Now come to question number 149. The Provincial Small Causes Court Act 1887 came into force on. Option number A is correct, 1st July 1887. Now come to question number 150. Who is authorized to abolish court of small causes? So here option number B will be the correct, the state government. So this is all guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe and share for more.